Well, here we are. We're live.
Hi, welcome. Welcome back.
Welcome back to you.
I've been out on the street. I've been on a man on the street reporting mission.
Yeah, you've been on a mission.
I've been on a mission. I met lots of amazing people, and the streets of Orlando have been transformed. It's very exciting. There's beautiful, colorful lights everywhere, performances every few feet, all down our historic Orange Avenue with large bandstands and stages with some of the most talented performers that Central Florida has to offer.
Let's give them a little bit of geography here. We're at 300 South Orange Avenue. We're just across the street from the Grand Bohemian. You can see that. We're looking straight at a high wire act. That's a pyramid there.
We're looking at a high wire act. We're sitting here watching acrobats perform incredible feats right in front of us.
Exactly. So it looks like they haven't started their next performance, but once they do, you'll see people crowding around them. And then if you go south, you're going to see across the street here from us is the City Hall, Orlando.
Right.
And then diagonal to that, you'll see the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. And then if you go north, then, well, it just goes on for, how far up do you,
This
does it
is
go?
10 blocks of art exhibits, and this is more exciting than being in a gallery or in a store, because here you get to experience these art installations in a very interactive way. Most of them are designed so that you can come up and touch and be part of the light, the experience. I've lived in Orlando for about 25 years. I graduated from UCF in 1989.
Yeah,
and I have to say that these buildings, some of them were not even here.
No. Some of these were just either older buildings or nothing.
Well, they were. I remember that there was a huge initiative about 25 years ago called myregion.org that was part of the Orlando Chamber. And I was a young professional at the time. And so through Leadership Orlando, I was part of some of these focus groups and planning. And it's really surreal to be an adult living in a community that I remember people dreaming about what this community could be. And so as I'm sitting here tonight and I'm looking across the street at the Grand Bohemian, which I remember when we built that was one of our first world-class hotels. And out of the corner of my eye, I can see the Dr. Phillips Center right now, and I can see a huge bandstand, I can see fireworks, and I can see
Lots of people.
tons of people. And that was something, the Dr. Phillips Center was something that I remember being discussed in these meetings, these focus groups. And the big question back then was, what kind of a community does Orlando want to grow into?
Right.
And because we're such a unique community, before I keep going, can I keep rambling?
Well, I want to show this clip of you.
Let's show the clip, and then we'll go back.
Now, this is Cheryl out and about. I think she's in front of the studio, so you can kind of see me looking in. So this is a short clip, and I'm excited to share it with you. So here we go.
Well, it's Saturday night in downtown Orlando, and IMMERSE is underway. I'm here at the United Arts Spark the Arts studio that's facing Orange. And as you can hear, there's a lot going on around me. Where I'm sitting, I can see 3 different stages. And this event has taken over 10 blocks of downtown Orlando, showcasing performance art and visual experiences of all different types. We're broadcasting from inside this studio all night, and we're going to be bringing in artists and musicians to talk about their messages, their projects, their processes, whatever they want to talk about.
And we're back.
David, if you could describe the vibe of this festival in one word, the vibe. What do you think the vibe is?
The vibe. You know what? You're asking me. I haven't even stepped foot outside of the studio.
Well, I can tell you one of the words for the vibe out there is electric. It feels very electric. Everyone's turning and looking, and their eyes are wide. They're kind of in sensory overload. And so they're kind of wandering around overwhelmed at some of the explosive performance art that they're seeing.
I can tell you this, if you're interested. Go to Google or your favorite browser and type in IMMERSE Orlando 2025, and you'll see the complete schedule for the rest of the evening. We're going to be here till about 10 or 10:30. I think the last performance is at 10:30. And then tomorrow is going to be a very special day, and that closes out the programming for IMMERSE 2025.
I want to mention one other thing that's interesting about the arts in this community and some of these specific events, which is that to bring these kinds of events to a community, there has to obviously be funding. There has to be people that want this kind of entertainment.
That's true.
And if you're someone that travels, you understand that lots of cities offer different kind of entertainment.
Exactly.
There's
And some,
places, yeah.
but I have to say, being partial, they really don't hit it like Orlando. And I think people outside of Orlando don't even realize what we enjoy here as residents of this wonderful city.
It's a very unique city. One thing that I love about it is that our downtown is surrounded by neighborhoods, and that has to do with how we grew as a city and when we grew as a city in the growth of the United States, somewhat due to like when the air conditioners were developed. So,
Exactly.
So
But you weren't then.
no, I mean, barely. I lived in one of those houses in South. I lived in one of those houses in South Florida for a long time in Fort Myers, and so we barely had central air conditioning in some of the houses.
So you know how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had air conditioning by the time we moved there. Maybe.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I want to show that. I want to show this next
Okay.
clip, if that's okay. We'll be right back.
Hot Springs, which is about 10 minutes
we'll
from
go
here.
again. Okay, so are you all local to Orlando or new here?
We're local. We've lived here since 2020. This is actually my second time living in Orlando.
Have you been to the IMMERSE Fest downtown before?
We went last year, right? But it was not like this.
No, it was something else they had. I think it was called Airplay. I think that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is a really unique way to use our historic downtown Orange Avenue. And one thing that's unique about downtown Orlando is that it's a downtown that's surrounded by neighborhoods. Because of when our city grew in the course of the way the United States grew, we have neighborhoods surrounding this downtown, which makes it a very unique setting for this.
And we're back.
Well, hello.
How was it? Was that fun?
That was fun. That was a fun couple to talk to. This was their second time at the event, and they were really excited about it.
Well, we're going to wrap this up pretty quick because we want to get you back out there to get more stuff.
I do. I want to go experience more of the
Because
event.
if this hasn't enticed you to come downtown, I don't know what will. It's roughly 9 o'clock. It's just after 9 o'clock on Eastern time if you're watching from around the world or in another part of the country. But if you're within shouting distance, or I should say Metro Orlando, Central Florida, you can still come on down and catch something this
And
evening.
I think it's important to note, too, you don't have to buy a ticket to just come and walk around downtown. You have to have a ticket for some of the separate areas, but you can definitely experience this event without having to buy a ticket. And that's part of the support of the city, and all the partners and sponsors for this event have made that possible.
And when we were in the clip and doing another segment, there was a performance, and I'm sure there'll be another one. But if you're not, and this is just one venue, one performance, it's the High Wire Act that we're seeing next to the Grand Bohemian. Do go to IMMERSE, just Google that on your favorite browser, IMMERSE Orlando 2025, and you'll get the full schedule, and you'll see all the wonderful companies that have supported this event, this enormous event in downtown Orlando. We're going to say goodbye on that note, and we'll see you
We hope to see you
outside.
visiting down here
Absolutely.
at IMMERSE.
Okay, we'll be back.